Hey, hi guys, so my name's Rachel Slade. We're here with Zed Monopoly at our YouFunded
Hey guys,
headquarters.
I'm here with Rachel,
Yes.
and she's actually gonna ask your questions. She's gonna ask me your
Yes,
questions.
so I think we should call this episode like from zero to millionaire, like from how you actually started in trading, how you learned trading, what brought you to that profitable trader and that visionaire that you are today.
Let's go.
So Zed, what brought you to trading? Like how did you get started? What catched your eye at first?
Yeah, so most people that get introduced to trading probably got introduced from the internet or movies. I remember watching the movie Limitless once, and there was a scene
Good one.
where, yeah, there was a scene where, he goes from this poor person, takes this pill, and suddenly he's trading stocks and becomes a millionaire. And of course, it's a movie, but look, that's where you get inspiration from. I always watch movies for inspiration, even if they're not real. But that's how I got into it, and then I went on the internet, did some research. And then it goes down to actually taking your money and figuring out trading the hard way. And that's what everybody will do eventually.
Yeah, how old were you as you saw that movie? And like, did you start with YouTube videos? Did you get a book? Did you do
Yeah.
like a trading education? If you could go back in time, what did you do? And what would you recommend someone who's starting now to maybe do different?
Yeah, so what I did after watching a couple of videos, you watch videos on what a stock is, you watch a video on how to open up a broker, and you don't learn strategies or anything. Now you think you know it all because you're eager to make money. So you just want to put your money in the broker and you want to trade and you want to make money, right? That's what I did. I had 20 grand saved up from my time working at Facebook and Google and whatnot. And I lost some money there. Half of it was lost. And I decided to just fold the shop and curl in a shell. That's what everybody does. And I took a different route. Then I went into different markets. But eventually I came back to actually the stock market and do this full time.
What was your first asset you were trading?
Oof, I remember very well, matter of fact. Before I lost money, I remember I bought a stock, American Airlines. And that, it dropped the moment I bought it. And it took around a month to recover and make me money. That's when I knew you could actually make money. I was swing trading this. I put I think 10,000 and made 500 euros on it. And I knew now that I could make money doing this. But I tried again and I ended up losing. But I did it differently. I got greedy suddenly.
Yeah.
And trading without a strategy and just putting money in and hoping for the, hoping
Best.
things, hoping for the best.
How would you, that's what I'm interested because you said you did swing trading with your actually first asset. Like which emotions were you going through? Do you slightly remember how long that trade was open?
Yeah, I remember very well. I bought American Airlines. The moment I bought it, it dipped, right? And I went on holiday. And 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, I looked at it. I was in Morocco. This is my first time as well traveling. And I looked at it. I was like, wow, I just made 500. I can do this. But when I did it, the next time I went back home and I did it, I ended up day trading because I seen people doing it because that's what I thought people do is just click buttons, right?
Yeah.
Ended up losing half of it eventually because I spiraled down.
Yeah.
And that ended my trading career right there and then.
But did you think, like, compared, because you said you went from the first trade and a swing trade to day trading, that you like this typical of I can make more money faster?
Yes.
Was that, yeah.
Yes. That's the kind of what attracts people to day trading. But nobody tells them, well, now we tell them, right? Guys like me, we tell them that 95% won't make it without a strategy or without guidance. Because this is the most difficult thing you can do is day trade because it just requires more understanding of the markets. Unlike investing and swing trading where you just buy and looking at history, markets always go up, so your stock will eventually go up. Here, if you mess up, you're down 5%. If you mess up again, you're down 10. If you mess up again, you're 20% down. And eventually you don't have buying power to go back to where you were. So it's a big change where it becomes frustrating if you switch from swing trading to day trading.
Yeah, 100%. So talking about buying power, you spoke about funded accounts.
Yes.
Is that so? What would you recommend anyway? Like from the beginning, if you speak to your past, your younger self, in what you started with 20K.
Yeah.
So most of the people that start, there's a lot of young people starting, don't have that money.
Yes.
So if it would be your younger version who would not have the savings you had at that time, would you recommend going in funded accounts? Would you recommend opening accounts with a small, like a really small amount? Like what would your advice be to someone who's getting started now and maybe cannot take the risk?
It's difficult to answer that question because if I say funded account and you don't know what you're doing, you'll blow it and lose money. If I say take your money into day trading and you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
you'll blow it. If I say invest it, you'll probably say that's small money, that's small returns because you're making 20% every 6 months, maybe less if you know how to trade or follow the right people. So it's very difficult, but in most cases, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose. That's a given. You will lose. But a funded account can eliminate emotions and makes you, I guess, when you buy a funded account, you say, that's the money I'm willing to lose. And once you buy it, you say, okay, I've already lost that money. But it doesn't mean you actually lost it. It just means your mind has came to terms with the fact that you lost that money. So you're not emotional anymore. Now it's your job to go make that money back using that funded program. So I guess if you're going to do it that way, cool. And you get buying power. Right? And you're not leveraged. You're not using leverage where it's almost guaranteed you will lose. Yeah. And you will have a chance to make more than you would at swing trading. But if you have big sums of money, I would say go with swing trading and then get another account on the side to day trade with. Do not put all your large sums in a funded program, right? Go with swing trading, but then use the extra cash you have that you want to take risks with into day trading.
How much time would you recommend like a beginner trader to when he starts trading to invest like on a daily, weekly, monthly? How much time would you recommend investing on the market directly, also in education?
Yeah. So a beginner, like I said, will need to figure out how to trade the hard way, but guidance helps, right? Because even if you're getting guidance from somebody that doesn't trade, it's still going to help because what you don't know will hurt you in this game. You need to know how to read the markets. You need to understand how the stock market works, what affects it. You need to understand what not to do, what not to buy, how to read fundamentals of a stock. So you do need a little bit of guidance. Even if you watch a course and you pick up one little thing, that could be the difference between you blowing up the account, losing your money, buying a stock that's going to get delisted, or going bankrupt, right?
Yeah.
Just one thing. Like if you learn how to read PE ratios or how to evaluate a stock that has money or doesn't have money, I mean, that saves you a lot. So
100%.
you need to understand the stock market.
Yeah.
So you do need to get into education, right? Even if you don't like it. It's you don't have to make money from the education. Just save your money because this thing can take your money really quick, the stock market
100%.
and the financial markets.
So let's say three key points on what to do, what not to do on trading, in trading.
Don't leverage, right? Even if you think it's gonna give you quick money, you're gonna lose it quickly. If you're gonna swing trade, do not buy these stocks with high PE ratios. And I'll give you an example. People might not like me for this. For example, Palantir is an AI stock. Today is 2025, February 1st, right?
Second.
February 2nd. The Palantir is a stock, AI-related stock. It has a PE ratio of 400. The most extreme valuation in the stock market at the moment. Do not buy these stocks with extreme valuations. Look at the PE ratio. Make sure it doesn't exceed 50. And even 50 is a lot. Do not buy stocks that don't have cash. Do not buy stocks that have high debt. Do not buy stocks, I guess, with current and quick ratios under 2, because this means they don't have liquidity to cover any potential, lawsuits or whatnot. Make sure the stock has cash and you will sleep at night good. You won't wake up and it's delisted or bankrupt. I'll give you one more.
Yeah.
I guess if you're gonna day trade, don't spiral down with greed, because you will just blow it.
Yeah. What's your advice when it comes to emotions? Greed
Yeah.
and all these. I think greediness is like the main,
Yeah.
the what the most of the traders struggle with, right?
Yeah, I remember when we used to do scalping. A lot of people entered the scalping world and they were happy the first month making money. Market changed, they lost all of it, and they got greedy. Now they're putting more and more and more because of emotions, right? They're constantly in front of the computer pressing buttons. I guess to eliminate emotions, you need to figure out how to not get attached to the money. And like I said, if you want to not get attached to the money or eliminate emotions, you have two options today in 2024. You either swing trade or you grab a funded program that doesn't, you don't feel like it's your money. You feel like it's somebody else's, and you have to take it seriously. And that eliminates it. But hold on. I hate funded programs personally, and everybody knows. Not every program out there is worthy of having, right?
Yeah.
There's programs that are set up against the trader. When I partnered up with You Funded, I was also skeptical. I launched it to minimal people on my Patreon, the private guys, and you guys know we had one payout,
Yeah.
25,000, right, for one trader.
First
First month, and that was great, right? I mean, that gives me, okay, my traders are making money.
I think you can also You Funded is clearly built for the trader. It's not against the trader. I mean, you can see that in key facts, like we talked about it earlier, spreads, commissions.
Yeah.
At some platforms you pay such huge amounts on basically, or let's say swaps.
Yeah.
They're just so crazy high.
This industry is very, it's very difficult to find somebody that's working alongside of you.
100%, but
especially in the day trading world, and that's really what one of the reasons why I ended up stopping it, because day trading, but I do now do it, on the sideline along swing trading. It's very rare to find a platform that's working alongside of you rather than or encouraging you to do well
and to make money. I mean, obviously, when you're making money, we're making money.
Yeah.
That therefore we have a profit split.
Yeah.
Obviously, because it would be kind of weird not having one and being in the best interest of the trader.
Absolutely.
But of course, it's a win-win situation for both sides. What it has to be, in my opinion, in a business, where I can consider, because why would someone else grab a shorter part of the business if they don't have to?
Yeah, the way I would say it is, go with a platform that wants to, that's not challenging you or putting challenges and limitations on you. That's it. To end that conversation.
100%. So what are your challenges for 2025 you're fighting?
So right now, we've got a lot of volatility in the markets, and that brings opportunities for day trading. But at the same time, for swing traders, it kind of brings fear. So, it's to tell people the market is always going to be upwards. You need to relax. That's one of the challenges to keep everybody calm. Whether it's crypto, whether it's stocks. There's no challenges. I'm going to run it back the same way I ran 2024. Nothing's going to change. And those who have followed my trades publicly and privately on Patreon, they know my trades for 2024 have always hit. And I've got multiple people backing it, hundreds of people who followed. They could tell you, if we run a survey, how much money they've made. And the minimum is 25%. So that's more than a hedge fund. If we repeat the same thing we did in 2024, 2025, it's going to be good, all right?
It's going to be sick, actually. It's actually
and
good.
the market condition is the same, if not better, because you got Trump and tariffs, and the U.S. dollar is doing really well against all major currencies. And I think you're going to see a lot of great things for the U.S. So we're betting on the U.S.
I heard you say earlier 2025 is one of the last years to really make money, because 2026 in your prognosis, it's going to be going down. Tell me.
I think you're going to have to be more picky in 26. 25, because everything is low in comparison to what it could be. I know people look at it like the stock market is expensive, but there's a new platform being set up with tariffs, with attracting business, jobs, growth, lowering interest. by Trump, of course. This new platform is being set up. So that gives the market room to grow even further.
Yeah.
So be at the bottom, first in, first out. That's my strategy. Be
Yeah.
at the bottom, and you can sell at the top before it gets harder to make money, you know, and when everything decides to run.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2025, I think, is going to be one of the last years where it's easy to make money.
So if I want to become a trader in 2025 and I hear this message and I say, okay, fuck, I want to go all in right now. This is like my last year. I want to be in the beginning. I want to step out when I can. What's your advice?
First of all, don't have that mindset of let's do this. I want to make money, right? Which everybody does when they enter the market. It's like, I want to make money. I need to do this. This guy's saying this is the last year.
Yeah.
Zed is saying this is the last year. I have to get in. No, you got to relax. Money's always going to be there. The markets are going to always be there. But it just means you have to take the risk in 2025. Take the risk in certain industries. Follow the right people. Listen to the right people. I guess make sure your money is focused long-term on the betting on the markets, on certain industries that are benefiting directly from this new platform being set up by Trump. Day trade the volatility on the side as well. So I guess watch my videos, watch my tutorials, right? Know where to put your money. That's really all I have to say to that. There's going to be a lot of noise out there.
Yeah.
You got to ignore the noise. A lot of naysayers, a lot of short positions betting on the market. You know, but it's the U.S. It has always performed economically.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna go.
if the U.S. goes down, so does a lot of billions.
Yeah.
Right? You think your money's special?
Yeah, 100%. So let's get to very interesting questions. How much have you made in 2024 in trading, and how much do you profit yourself or pay yourself from that money? Like, what's your average spend? I mean, you live in Dubai.
Yeah.
Like, it's a crazy emirate, crazy city to live in. I mean, the cleanest, safest city in the world, but obviously you can see that on the pricing, where everything is. So what is your minimum average spend on a monthly, what you have to make?
Yeah, so 2024 was a good year. All my trades were shared to hundreds of traders. And so that's verified. I made just shy of $500,000 US. And all the trades I take are with my bank, local bank. And
Local bank.
local bank.
Hell yes.
Yeah. So most of the trades were actually Bitcoin related in Bitcoin related stocks. I was fortunate enough to time the markets and the swings. So I was able to exit quickly and profitably. In terms of how much I pay myself, because I'm a swing trader. I'm fortunate enough not to want to touch my swings. I have other avenues of surviving. But every 3 months is when I flip. Let's say I have a strategy which is flipping stocks every 3 months. That's the maximum you could say of time frame for flipping stocks. I pay myself every 3 months. It can range from 6 figures to multiple 6 figures. Whenever I want to pull away cash from my trading account because I don't feel like allocating it to the market, I would do so. And it's always the profits. So, I would, if I want to buy something big, I would pull 6 figures away from but I don't live on 6 figures every 3 months.
Yeah.
I'm not in a Playboy mansion, right? I'm living in Dubai. I guess you can live off $5,000 to $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so are you planning to invest into 6 figures anyway soon? As something big is there some goal you have for 2025 where you say I've always been dreaming about getting that or investing in that? Or
yeah, I have everything that I need, right? I generally I'm not a big on materials, even though some people these days think I am when they look at my watches and whatnot. But I like experiences. If I was to spend my money on something, it would be experiences. It would be holidays,
I mean, it's that's something nice, and it's a nice way to look at it because I mean, like when we get older or when we pass by, it's not the watches, the bags, the cars, the real estates we're gonna take with us. It's the experience that
good.
we have
As
left.
you get older, I guess you have more problems, stress. You want to relax all the time.
Yeah.
Because more materials will probably cause you stress and anxiety, especially if they have to be upkept. So you want to just live your life, plain, eat good, live good, dress good, but don't spend it on something that needs more money.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that your
Yeah,
question
but
was related to,
yeah.
yeah, don't spend it on something that needs more money, because
Money.
now you have to go make even more.
Yeah.
Especially as a trader, if you're making trades and you have, let's say, some expensive car to run, you have to pay yourself to run that car.
Yeah.
Now you have to worry about rent if you don't own your property. So, you know, I guess the trading lifestyle has been, you know, I think people should just forget about that. Focus on living a simple life and a happy one, stress-free. Because you do not want to end up with anxiety and stress disorders or whatever related.
Okay, Zed. So, what is your advice you would give to beginner traders?
So right now, you're probably entering the market newly. You have no idea what's going on in the markets. You have too many noises. Ignore the noise. Pick an industry. And there's two hot industries right now, like I said, AI and Bitcoin. And just focus on one of those. My opinion is you stick to the Bitcoin industry, even if it's risky. There's nothing out there that's worthy of investment at the moment. Everything, it will probably be risky. It's either pre-revenue or it's overvalued. And the crypto world, the Bitcoin world, you know, you get a lot of stocks related to it. I think it's going to see a lot of growth in 2025 because of the Trump executive order. So focus on that. Put your money there. You know, not extreme, but put your money there and pick an account on the side and day trade the volatility. Yeah. And if you make your money from the swings, you know, that will be worth it. And if you make money from day trading, that'll be worth it. And by the way, doing that will keep you busy. So your mind is not focused on the trades that you're holding long term. You're actually coming in, you have something to look forward to every day, which is day trading. Yeah. So that's my advice to traders. And don't expect to do the same thing you did last year, like strategy-wise. I guess you will have the same volatility, but don't repeat the same thing expecting it to work out the same way. And especially if you're only coming back to trading. I notice a lot of people are returning to trading. Don't think you're going to do the same thing you used to do back in 2019 and 20 and 21. Things are different now, right? So I guess you got to treat it differently. Even the fundamentals are different.
Would you recommend, I mean, the volatility on AI is, I guess, much huger than it is on Bitcoin, even though there's a lot going on there too at the moment?
Yeah, I think they're both as volatile.
Yeah.
They're both the same volatility. So you can pick two, but one of them I'd rather hold long term and the other I'd like to just day trade. I would day trade AI and I would just hold Bitcoin related. But you can also day trade both. Yeah. So you do have these industries that are going to give you that daily volatility.
Yeah. But you have then also Trump leading somehow the Bitcoin. So I think you have more action going in there and following the Bitcoin as like as an asset specific than the AI.
Exactly.
Because you only have like one big person to watch in that part.
Exactly.
So Zed, first of all, thank you so much for sharing your time, sharing your advice for the market's opinion in 2025, allowing us or allowing me to have these personal insights of your life, your trading experience, joining us at our headquarters at You Funded in Dubai, downtown today. Fuck yes.
Yeah. Thank you for this interview. Hopefully it helps a lot of people watching and we've given them enough to work with.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.